Good morning, everyone. I am Specialist Brunts. I am your instructor today on challenging persons entering your area, task 071-Charlie Oscar Mike-0801. Today we will go over a brief class on how to detect and detain these personnel that are not positively identified and ones that are. First thing I would like to go over today is the risk assessment. Overall risk assessment for this class today, since we are in a classroom environment, is low, but there are some hazards that goes along with it. The first one is wires and tripping hazards. Make sure that you have all the wires tucked away, properly stowed, and out of the walking path. Next, electrocution. Make sure all the outlets are covered. Make sure there's no items in front of these outlets, and just make sure you have situational awareness. Okay. Since we are in Nebraska, we do have a chance for some inclement weather. It's a beautiful day here today. However, things change in a hurry, so make sure that you locate safety areas and shelters that are posted on the door as you guys walked in. And finally, we have fire. In case of a fire, on the outside of the door, there is also a fire route posted, and we will post up across the street and go up to higher from there. All right, as we move forward here, the class today is challenging persons entering your area, task 071-Charlie Oscar Mike-0801. What you guys will need for today, we're going to do some PCCs, PCIs. We will have your ID, water source, a pen and a paper, okay? Foreign disclosure, FD1. This training product has been reviewed by the training developers in coordination with the G2 Fort Benning, Georgia 31905 Foreign Disclosure Officer. This training product can be used to instruct international military students from all approved countries without restrictions. Conditions. You are a member of a squad or a team providing security for your unit in a field environment. You have your assigned weapon, individual protective equipment, and the correct challenge and password. An unknown person or persons is approaching your area. Some iterations of this task should be performed in Mod 4. Standards. Detect and challenge all approaching personnel. Prevent compromise of password. Allow personnel positively identify as friendly to pass, and disarm, detain, and report personnel not positively identified to hire. Alrighty, as we move on here, since we are in classroom environment, we will not have a weapon or a Mod 4. Okay, just the water source, pen, paper, and ID card. All right, moving forward. We will go through the performance steps here. Detect all personnel entering your area. Challenge an individual that enters your area. Cover the individual with your weapon without disclosing your position. Command the individual to halt before they are close enough to pose a threat. Note, commands and questions must be loud enough to be heard by the individual, but not loud enough that others outside of the immediate area can hear. Commands should be repeated as necessary. Ask. Who is there? Just loud enough for the individual to hear. Note, the individual should reply with an answer that best describes them. Example, Sergeant Jones. Order the individual to advance to be recognized. Continue to keep the individual covered without exposing yourself. Order the individual to halt when they are within 2 to 3 meters from your position. Note, an individual should be halted at the location that provides protection to you and prevents them from escaping if they are deemed unfriendly. Issue the challenge in a low voice. Note, the challenge should only be heard by the individual challenged to prevent all others from overhearing. You may also ask the individual questions that only a friendly person should be able to answer correctly. Determine if the individual is friendly based upon their return of the correct password and your own situational awareness. Allow the individual to pass if the individual returns the correct password and you are convinced the individual is friendly. Detain an individual if they return an incorrect password or cannot positively be identified as friendly. Direct the individual to disarm. Notify your chain of command and await instructions from your command. 3. Challenge a group that enters your area. Note, these procedures and precautions are similar to those for challenging a single person. Cover the group with your weapon without disclosing your position. Order the group to halt before they are close enough to pose a threat to you. Command, who is there? Just loud enough to be heard by the group. Wait for a reply from the group. Note, reply should clearly identify group. Example, friendly patrol. Order the leader of the group to advance to be recognized. Continue to keep the group leader covered without exposing yourself. Order the group leader to halt when the individual is within 2 to 3 meters of your position. The group leader should be halted. Note, the group leader should be halted at a location that provides protection to you and prevents the leader from escaping if they are deemed unfriendly. Issue the challenge to only the group leader. Note, you may also ask questions that only a friendly person should be able to answer correctly. Determine if the group leader is friendly based upon their return of the correct password and your own situational awareness. Direct the group leader to remain with you to assist in identifying group members if you determine he or she is friendly. Direct the group leader to vouch for or positively identify each member of his group as they pass to your flank. Detain any individual in the group that is not recognized by the group leader by disarming them and having them wait until your chain of command provides additional instructions. Detain the group leader if not positively identified as friendly. Direct the individual to disarm. Direct him or her to inform their group to wait. Notify your chain of command and wait instructions from your chain of command. Alrighty, as we move forward here, we're going to get ready for the evaluation. We're going to go over the performance measures here, and then I'll give you guys some time to practice before your assessment. The performance measures here today, we have detected all personnel entering your area, challenged all individuals that entered your area, and challenged all groups that entered your area. So at this time, I'll make a few notes here. Okay. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to practice on this, and then we'll move forward with the assessment. Go ahead. Alrighty, now that we are done training, I'll go over the conditions and standards one more time and the performance measures before you take your assessment. Conditions. You are a member of a squad or team providing security for your unit in a field environment. You have assigned your weapon, individual protective equipment, and a challenge of password. An unknown person or persons is approaching your area. Some iterations of this task should be performed in Mod 4. Standards. Detect and challenge all approaching personnel. Prevent compromise of password. Allow personnel positively identified as friendly to pass and disarm. Detain and report personnel not positively identified. Again, the performance measures. Detected all personnel entering your area, challenged all individuals that entered your area, and challenged all groups that entered your area. At this time, we will perform the assessment. You guys have 1 minute to prepare for that, and we will move on to the next step. Great. Now that we have finished up with the assessment process, all individuals have successfully passed this class. You have successfully detected all personnel entering your area. You challenged all individuals that entered your area, and you challenged all groups that entered your area. That would make you T for trained. As we move forward here, I would like to make sure that everyone still has their PCCs, PCIs, so let me see your ID card, water source, pen and paper now, please. Great. Now that we have all that, good to go. Since nobody failed, there will be no reassessment. Congratulations on that. Alrighty, we got all that taken care of here. Excuse me while I make sure I have all my documents in order. All right. Now we're going to be moving to an AAR, after action review. First thing I would like to share with everybody is the rules and goals of this class here. Everyone has the right to speak, and I want to encourage maximum participation. Please don't talk over each other, and always be respectful of differing viewpoints. All right, so first things first, what was supposed to happen? Right. Detect, challenge all approaching personnel, prevent compromise of password, allow personnel positively identify as friendly to pass, and disarm, detain, and report personnel not positively identified. Correct. And what did happen? Exactly. We detected and challenged all personnel, kept the password safe, and did not let anyone in who wasn't friendly. Now, what I would like to do now is what went right and what went wrong. How do I improve the training for next time? How do I make this training better for the next time? Great, thank you. As we summarize the AAR, we were supposed to detect and challenge persons from entering our area. You told me what happened. We went over what went right and what went wrong. You shared with me that we could, what we could do to improve the training for next time. Were there any injuries or damage to the equipment that we utilized here today? No? Great. Were all the control measures implemented effectively? Perfect. Thank you guys. I appreciate your participation here in our class. Next thing I would like to do here is get all my paperwork put together so I can send it to hire. SGL, I have successfully trained my soldiers in challenging persons entering our area, and I request to close the training site after we do a quick police car. Great. SGL, request to close training site.